You allowed these teachers to open their classrooms, teaching predatorial information to a young child. A mindful child that doesn't even know how to comprehend it all.
I've been a single parent with Alicia ever since she was 2 years old.
Well, I have, of course, known Allie since she was born. I was in the room filming her birth.
Even though me and Allie were already connected by blood, it honestly felt like we were more like sisters than cousins. We were best friends growing up. We spent every spare minute with each other.
I got the opportunity to know Allie a lot closer than some other people may have because my daughter and Allie spent so much time together.
We'd really do everything together. We were to the point where we were literally twins.
So growing up, Allie and my daughter Cassie were very, very girly girl. I mean, they loved playing with LPSs and dolls and just being girls. They had a huge imagination, playing with toys. They loved to dress up. They did so much stuff, and she was so outgoing. Allie she was never a reserved child, believe it or not.
Alicia was excited to start a new school. She was going into middle school. At the time, she had kind of switched over with some of her friends, so the excitement of middle school alone was a lot of stress already.
Well, when I was just going into 6th grade, I had like one friend. I had like a few friends at school, but you know, I didn't really know that many people. I wasn't too popular. Then I found this friend group that I thought was a pretty good friend group. I went to a few different meetings at this club. I went for like 3 times, like 3 meetings, and then I decided it really wasn't for me, so I stopped going.
Probably around, she started experiencing some life changes. She had a strained relationship with her biological father and then her stepdad. Also, there were some things going on there, which all started around the time that this began to happen.
They would always talk about bisexuality in front of me. And then it got to a point one time in the year in the club, we were making posters and I happened to get assigned bisexuality. So they wanted me to do a full poster on it by doing a bunch of research and everything. I really distanced myself from all of my family.
We started drifting apart. We didn't spend as much time together. I missed her, definitely. It felt different. It felt off.
During that time period, I saw her start to pull back. She started to get more reserved. She wasn't talking as much. Her clothing started changing. She was quiet at family events, and you just started seeing like, hey, there's something going on here.
One of the main things is what was pushed down her throat. She was told all the time not to say anything to mom because mom wouldn't accept her or mom wouldn't, be there for her.
She was told not to tell her mom that her mom can't be trusted.
And even when I told her like, oh, I don't really want to hide these articles from my mom, like, you can keep them, and if I want them, I'll ask you for them. She continued to push them like into my hand.
I wasn't even given a chance to be there for her before, meetings at schools happened. That's when I found out about it. They told me she's going to be a boy, that she's gonna have a boy's name.
They were just throwing a lot of information like, oh, this is your son, he'll be called Skylar, everything like this. And my mom had no idea what was going on, so I wanted to at least explain to her, regardless of how loud I spoke. Or I would tell them, hey, I want to say something. They wouldn't let me speak, and they would speak for me.
I don't care how Alicia turns out, whether she wants to be bisexual, transgender, whoever she wants to be, I don't care. It's the fact that I wasn't allowed to even be there to help her through that. I wasn't given any type of, it felt like my right was taken away.
And there's a recognition of our interdependence that requires of this moment that we direct a statewide order for people to stay at home.
Once she got out of that environment, she started thinking for herself. She started questioning the choices that she made. She actually changed her name back to her original name, Alicia.
She literally started opening up being a child again and not scared. And I just genuinely started seeing a change with her. And that was because she was at home. Hard for me to talk about because everything from sixth grade until now where we are, the heartbreak that I get to hear out of Alicia's mouth, the stuff that she had to go through, the stuff that she constantly has to go through. Now seeing a therapist, you ruined her childhood. You ruined a really important part of her life when she's supposed to be growing the most, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. You know, she's not even through puberty.
You allowed these teachers to open their classrooms, teaching predatorial information to a young child, a mindful child that doesn't even know how to comprehend it all. How do you not know what was going on on your own campuses? Did you think that no parent would ever come forward? You will not quiet me today.
After the school board meeting, I had noticed that it was placed on Twitter. And so I set up a Twitter account because I was curious, and overnight it hit that, 1.3 million views. And I didn't know, like small town girl, I don't really do social media all crazy. I started getting a bunch of phone calls and emails and blowing up my work phone, trying to, interview me. And I didn't exactly know who I could talk to, who I could trust. I didn't even know the story was gonna go this way. I was just defending my child. I reached out to Harmeet and I started talking with Josh Dixon, who works for Center for American Liberty, and they heard my story, and that's when we kind of became they took me in as a client. And so it happened pretty quickly, but after I did become a client of theirs, there was interviews started immediately.
Konen joins me now exclusively, along with her attorney, Harmeet Dillon, founder of the Center for American Liberty, that's taken this case.
Out of California, where the mother of a middle school student is suing her school district, claiming teachers tried convincing her child she was transgender.
To be honest with you, when I first heard about these facts, it was really hard to believe. But in fact, these teachers have actually confessed on video at the California Teachers Association to doing a lot of these things, and not only doing it, but trying to teach other California teachers how to secretly run these clubs away from the knowledge of the parents. Facts in this lawsuit, Laura, include that these teachers during COVID actually creeped on the search engine searches of these children who were studying remotely to identify more children to include in these types of clubs. There's a lot of this going on, and we're very interested to hear from other children and other parents who believe this may have happened in this school district, Buena Vista, or any school district.
And I'm actually grateful that I have the support from them, and like they're ready to fight the fight with me. I'm ready to take it on by myself if I had to, but I'm glad I have their support. And I am very appreciative for everything that they are doing.
I lost all of that time when I was in middle school. I lost 3 years of trying to figure out who I was. I've honestly felt better in this 1 year than I have in those 3 years of middle school. I've just been really taking my 9th grade year and this summer to really just figure out who I am, because I lost all of that time in middle school. Now I have to figure out who I am. And who I'm actually meant to be and not what they want me to be.
I have my best friend back and I love her more than anything in the world.